sorry, in this topic of OCC of self-accelerated generator. Generally, we do not use a series generator. Series generator, no OCC we plot. Okay, if at all if you want to plot OCC, you have to do it as a uh, sorry. We can plot for OCC for this generator also. I'm confused. It is not done. No load test is not done on series motor, right? So anyhow, now OCC of self-accelerated generator. Self-accelerated generator means what? What is the meaning of self-excitation? Self-excitation means the field winding is there, right? The armature is there. So whatever the EMF induced in this armature, whatever the EMF induced in this armature, the same EMF or the same power is fed to field. Okay, so the current IA, part of the current goes into the field. Part of IA, armature current, enters into the field winding, so that from the by that current there is a flux produced by the field winding, right? Because we need magnetic flux in which the our conductor is rotated, right? So in the magnetic flux only the conductor is rotated, and hence we need flux. That's why. So here we need to feed a field winding, right? So that field winding power to the field winding is given from the armature itself. So armature is feeding, the machine is feeding its own field winding. So it is called self excitation. Okay. So uh, machine feeds its field winding. Okay. So that is self excitation, right? So in the self excitation, OCC for such machines, OCC for such machines is a self excited generators. How do we do in a separate excitation? So the for the field winding, here you are able to see that for the field winding the excitation is given from the external source. Okay, external source, right? So whereas here for self excitation we don't mm, what do we do is we keep a rheostat here in series with the field winding and connect as usual. This is field rheostat. Okay, so that is what self excitation means. Now as usual, mm, we will measure the voltage across this armature. Not only here ammeter, we need to measure the current, field current, right? So this machine is given mechanical energy. Okay, mechanical power input is given. So that means this armature is rotated by means of an external motor or an engine or something else. Okay, so for doing this, we have the equation Eg is equal to 5ZNP by 60A. So in the morning also I told you Eg is equal to some K1 into N into 5, and here if N is kept constant, you will have Eg is equal to some K2 into phi. That means Eg proportional to phi, but phi is proportional to If. Therefore, uh, magnetic saturation characteristics are OCC can be drawn between Eg versus If. So what do we do here is we keep speed constant and vary the If and observe Eg. We observe the Eg. That means read the voltmeter. Take the values from the voltmeter for different values of If. So if you see for this self-accelerated generator, whether we draw here the graph for, so this is If. Here we have Eg volts. So amperes. Okay. So open circuit characteristics for self-excited machines, you will have it won't start at zero, just like for your separately excited machines. Okay, it won't start at zero. Okay, it will start at initially linear, then it becomes flat. Okay, it becomes flat like this. So linear portion. So linear portion, and this is saturation, flat curve. Even though if you increase the field current, the EMF induced is not going to be increased or changed. It will remain flat, straight, flat or horizontal. That means for the values of IF, it is not going to change. Okay, so this is called here. You have why does it start here instead of at starting zero? Morning you have drawn the graph, so it started at zero, right? So it is a residual voltage. See self-excited generator. See this field winding is already what does it have in a field system? The machine is having a field poles, right? So what is field poles? You are having a field winding, right? So for this you give voltage, right? So after manufacturing, right, they will test once the excuse me, once the field winding is excited, right, it will be acting as electromagnet. Field poles will act as electromagnets. So what happens here is even though after you remove the supply, there will be some residual magnetism. You'll have, what is that? You will have some residual magnetism. So residual magnetism, that means what, once this is magnetized, it first time if you magnetize, if you supply current to the field winding, first time, very first time after manufacturing, so field poles becomes a electromagnets, right? After that, if you remove the supply, there will be some residual magnetism left in the field poles. So that means even though you remove the current, current supply to the winding, to this winding, okay, field poles will have some magnetism in them. So because of that magnetism, some flux will come. It will produce some flux. Okay. So because of that, when you start machine, first what we do? First we first we run the machine at a constant speed. First we start the machine by means of a prime mover. So it will rotate the armature. no field current is given, right? So, but because of this presence of residual magnetism in the field poles, and you are rotating armature under these poles, okay, right? So because of the residual magnetism, there is a very small amount of flux produced by the field poles, okay. So even though if you current the current supplied to the field winding is zero, because of this residual magnetism, and since the armature is rotated in the this very less amount of flux, there will be small amount of voltage is induced. So that's what that voltage is this much shown in this graph, residual voltage. It is because of residual magnetism present in poles. Okay, clear?
Sir, if it is the new generator, then there will be no residual, no sir, residual magnetism.
There will be no residual mag. There should not be. But before supplying, see, once the industry people, company manufacture, right? When they manufacture, they will test the properties. Okay, whether the machine is giving proper performance or not, they will test it. So for testing,
Sir,
obviously they would
sir, someone is in waiting room, sir.
tell him to come early. Okay, tell him not to disturb the class, right? So, is your doubt cleared?
Yes, sir.
So they will test the machine, right? And that means obviously they will supply. They might have given a supply to the for testing. They will definitely give the supply to the field poles. That means there will be obviously residual magnetism for a self-excited machine. Okay. So right. So that's why this it will start here. Okay. Right. So next we will see load characteristics. Or external characteristics. So these characteristics are drawn between IL versus V. Okay. So where V is a terminal voltage and IL is load current. IL on a x-axis and V on a y-axis or vertical axis. Okay. So if you draw this plot, you will have different characteristics for different generators. Okay. So the characteristic will be different for different machines, right? So shunt generator will have a see here shunt generator is generally a constant. This is induced EMF or no load voltage. Okay, E naught, no load terminal voltage. Okay, when the load current increases, see initially, obviously with zero load, the characteristic must start at the rated voltage. That means when we apply the load on the machine is we apply the load on the machine when after rotating it at a constant to its rated value. For example, if you take shunt generator, right? So here we connect a load, right? So This is the load. Here generally a switch will be there. This is the switch. Okay, so this switch is closed only after this armature is rotated to rated speed. For example, if speed is equal to 1500 rpm. Okay, so we give, right, we just start the machine and using a motor or a prime mover or an engine, and we see that it rotates at 1500 rpm. After it is reaching the, say, it is example only I'm telling. Okay, don't take 1500 is fixed for all the generators. Okay, so n is equal to 1500 rpm is an example only. So we rotate it at to 1500 rpm and check it whether it is rotating at 1500 rpm or not. Then we close the switch. Okay, so before closing the switch, that voltage is this E0. Okay, right? Now after closing the switch, this is a variable load. We slowly increase the load. That means load resistance we decrease slowly. That means as the resistance of load decreases, what happens? The current flows more into the load, right? That means it is drawing more power, right? So that means what happens here for shunt generator, the graph will be like this. The voltage, the terminal voltage, how it is going to change. This is the voltage V, right? So this is IL. So for shunt generator, this voltage will slowly decrease like this. Okay, because it is a no load voltage is this. This is drop due to RA and armature reaction. Okay, clear? That means previously there is very small amount of current before closing the switch. Before closing the switch, right? So you will have a very small amount of current flowing into the field current, field winding. Once you close the switch, current also flows into load, right? So as the load rest, right? So as the load increases, current armature current also increases because IA is equal to ISH plus IL. ISH is almost constant, but as the load increases, IL increases, so IA increases. Okay, so as IA increases, IA RA increases. Okay, so but if IR increases, what happens? V is equal to what? EG minus IARA. So as IARA increases, what happens? As VG is fixed and speed is fixed, flux is fixed, so V decreases. Terminal voltage decreases. So that is the reason for the reduction in the water. Where is the reduction? How are you following?
Terminal voltage.
Terminal voltage, right? So the reduction in the terminal voltage is because of IARA. This is one reason. Second reason is armature reaction. Armature reaction means what? See, we are having a field poles, right? And also we have armature. Okay, so armature is having its conductors winding. Armature conductors, small circuits are armature conductors, right? So these field poles produce flux. Okay. So what happens is here, this flux is passing established between North Pole and South Pole, right? Like this. Okay. Once you close the switch here, right, after rotating the machine at up to rated speed, you close the switch. Obviously, current starts flowing conductors, armature conductors. Okay, armature conductors carry current. So IA produces flux, right? This is called armature flux. So this armature flux interacts with the field flux. This armature flux will be obviously in opposite direction. Okay, this armature flux interacts with the field flux. It distorts and demagnetizes it. It will be in the opposite direction, and it will disturb the flux produced by the field. So as the flux is disturbed and demagnetized, that means net flux will reduce. So if net flux reduces, your Eg proportional to K2 into phi, right? So if phi decreases, Eg decreases. So what happens? V is equal to Eg minus IRA. If Eg decreases, V decreases. So when you put on the load, put a load on the machine, obviously it causes two effects: IRA drop and armature reaction drop. So that's why when you increase the load, what happens is the terminal voltage slowly decreases. I hope it is clear. Okay, is it clear? This is about a shunt generator, right? You have other types of generators also. What are the other types of generators? Compound generators, right? For compound generators, there are two types of generators: cumulative compound and a differentially compound. For example, you take a long shunt compound generator. So for long shunt, if you take a long shunt, you will have series field as well as shunt field, right? So here you will have shunt field flux. This field also produces flux. All these series field and shunt field both will be on the magnet and on the field poles only. Okay, some part of the winding is in series with armature, some part is in parallel with the combination of series and the armature, right? So if phi SE adds to phi SH, it is called cumulative compounded. Okay, if phi SE opposes phi SH, it is called differentially compounded. It can be a long shunt or short shunt. So the series flux can add or it can subtract. It will be in opposite direction. Series flux will be in the direction of shunt field flux, or it can be in the opposite direction of shunt field flux. So that you will have increase in shunt field flux or decrease in shunt field flux as the armature current increases. Because in the series field, what current will flow? Which current? Whatever the current, armature current that flows to the armature, that will flow, right? So this armature current increases as the load current increases. Okay, so as the load increases, if it is a cumulative compounded generator, you will have extra flux generated because When the load current increases, armature current also increases. So this armature current produces extra series flux. So it will add to the shunt field flux and thereby increasing the EG. So if EG increases, the drop in the terminal voltage is compensated. Okay, that's why in cumulative compound, you will have a the curve like this. Okay, it is cumulative. If differential means if the series flux opposes shunt field flux, it will be worse. It will be still lesser than differential compounded generator, right? So these are the external characteristics of a DC generators, right? I hope it is clear to you. Clear? So next we go to motor, DC motor, right? So what is the DC motor principle? So current carrying conductor, this already I have explained. Once again I will remind you. Okay. So a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, it will experience a force. A current carrying conductor okay, so force, it experiences force. So that force is equal to BIL sin theta. Okay, length of the conductor, current supplied to the conductor, magnetic flux density of the field, sin theta is the angle between the direction of conductor and the flux. Okay, L sin theta. So this is what a principle of a motor, right? Here what we supply to the conductor, we supply electrical energy, so it produces mechanical energy. That means it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Whereas in the generator we supply mechanical energy, it is the generator is going to convert it into electrical energy. So just like that, the generators, we have a classification in the generators. So that is shunt generator, sorry, shunt motor. In the motors also we have same classification, that also I have explained. But the only thing left about is the voltage and current equations, right? So here what do we apply? V supply. This is electrical energy input. Okay, so load current enters into the machine. Okay, previously load current, how it we have shown going away, going out. We can observe it here, right? So here load current, this IL enters into the machine. This is not load current but line current. So this is IA, this is ISH. Okay, now if you apply here, there are two nodes, node 1 and node 2. So whatever this current ISH, so this is IL and this is IA. If you apply KCL at N1, so IL is equal to input incoming current is IL, outgoing currents are IA and ISH. This is the current equation of shunt motor. Okay, this is having its armature, sorry, field winding resistance. So it is having armature resistance as usual, right? But here what we are doing here, we are moving, see, we are supplying current to the conductor. Okay, we supply current or electricity to the conductor, and as a result it moves because its electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy, and hence it will make the conductor, it will put the conductor into motion. Now what is happening here? the conductor is moving in the flux is there. So the conductor is moving in the flux. Yes or no? It is right. So what happens as a result? The conductor cuts or it flux is linked by the conductor, and since the conductor is moving, the flux linking the conductor will change. Yes or no? Is it clear? So the current, see the flux linking the conductor will change because the conductor is moving. So obviously, according to Faraday's first law, what you will have? You will have induced EMF in the conductor. Okay. So that induced EMF here is called the generated. That is also just like generated EMF only. That is also given by 5Z and P by 60A only, because it is a dynamical. It is a EMF induced in the conductor which is moving in the magnetic flux, right? So that EMF also present here, that we denote it here with EB, back EMF it is called. EB is similar to EG. So EB is also equal to 5ZNP by 60A. Okay, right? So there will be induced EMF in the armature, whether it is a motor or generator, right? So you will have EB, EMF induced in the armature, and its armature resistance in action, and as usual shunt field resistance, right? Now I will draw the simplified diagram to obtain the voltage equation. So armature, sorry, field winding resistance RSH, brush resistance RB, armature resistance RA, back EMF EB. Okay. Now here what we give, supply we are giving here, it is not load. So plus minus V. Clear? So what is here, what we have drawn is, this is a simplified circuit of a DC shunt generator only for the understanding purpose. I'm repeating, you don't draw this type of circuit anywhere, right? So this EB is given by 5ZNP by 60A. So the current entering into the machine is IL, line current. So part of it flows into armature IA. So remaining very small amount of current flows into shunt field, ISH. Okay. So the voltage across RB is plus and minus, like this polarity, plus and minus. So this is plus and minus. So KVL to right side mesh gives what? You can start here anywhere. You can start here also or here also. Starting for KVL, right? So minus EB minus IARA minus IARB plus V is equal to 0. Okay. So V is equal to EB plus IA into RA plus RB. If RB is neglected, or in problems if it is not given, you can use the simple formula V is equal to EB plus IARA. So this is voltage equation of shunt generator. Sorry, shunt motor. For shunt generator, it is EG is equal to V plus IARA. Okay, current equation also somewhat different. The same terminal, same quantities, armature current, IL, ISH. But differently, their relation is different. So this is the first current equation. IL is equal to IA plus ISH. Here V is equal to EB plus IARA. Okay. So simply you can write now for series generator, for series motor, I will draw the simplified circuit. Okay. The simplified circuit is like this. See, RAC series motor, you have a series motor like this. So RSE, brush resistance, armature winding resistance, it's induced EMF. Here, what do we supply here? Supply. Okay. So line current IL, the same current flows through all the. So current is simple loop, is a single loop circuit. So IL is equal to line current is equal to armature current is equal to series field current. So this is a current equation of the series generator. Now apply KVL. Okay, so you can start anywhere. So you can start here. Anywhere you can start. Okay, minus V plus IA RSE plus IA RB plus IA RA plus EB is equal to 0. So V is equal to EB plus IA into RA plus RB plus RSE. So if brush resistance RB is neglected or if not given in the problem, you can use EB plus IA into RA plus RSE. So this is the voltage equation of a series generator. Okay. Now assignment is a derive current equation and voltage equations for long shunt and short shunt motors and upload it in the folder provided in the Moodle. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So I hope
Yes,
it is clear. Okay, at least for very few of you. Okay, let us solve a simple problem. Okay, a 440 volts, hold on, this shunt motor has armature resistance of 0.8 ohm, and field resistance of 200 ohms. Determine the back EMF when giving an output of 7.46 kilowatt at 85% efficiency. Is it clear? Is the problem statement clear to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So what is the given data?
Voltage resistance.
So voltage, how much?
4.
440 volts. Armature resistance, 0.8 ohm. Field resistance, 200 ohms. Okay. Output power is equal to 7.46 kilowatt. Efficiency, 85%. Okay. What to find out? Back EMF EB. Second, that's only one thing. So now solution. So as a solution to this problem, so we need back EMF. So back EMF VB is equal to, we have the formula, V is equal to, what type of generator it is? Motor it is,
Shunt motor.
right? So shunt motor is V is equal to EB plus IA RA. So V is given, right? And RA is given, IA is not given, and EB we have to, right? So we have to find out EB. So right, EB is equal to V minus IA RA. So to find out IA, we use the remaining things, right? So input power to the shunt generator is what? See, if you see the figure, input power is V into I, right? So the power, input power, see, input power is V into IL. Okay. But efficiency is given. Efficiency is equal to output power divided by input power into 100, right? Percentage efficiency. So from this, input power is equal to output power by efficiency, right? So this is equal to output power 7.46 into 10 cube divided by efficiency is 0.85. Yes or no? So how much is this? Tell me the answer quickly. Already time up. Seven four six zeros. 7.46 kilowatt means so this is 7460 by 0.85. So this will be
8,776.4.
So that means
Watt.
8.7677 kilowatt. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
this input 8776 is equal to V into IL, right? So that implies IL is equal to 8776 by V. So 8776 by 440 gives what? 219.4 amperes. Okay. Now field current as usual V by RSH. So this is 400 by RSH is 200. Sorry, 440 kada? 400. So this voltage is how much? 440, right? So that's why, oh, sorry, it is 440 by 200. How much it is? 2.2, right? Amperes. So IA is equal to IL minus ISH. That is 219.4 minus 2.2. It gives how much? 219.4 minus 2.2 ఎంత బాబు? 217.2 amperes. Okay. Now you can find out EB. EB is equal to V minus IAR. Yeah, this is 440 minus 217.2 into 0.8 ohms. So into 0.8, this is 266.24 volts. Okay. ఈ కరెంట్ ఎంత వచ్చింది మనకి యాక్చువల్గా లోడ్ కరెంట్ ఐ థింక్ సారీ దిస్ ఈస్ 8776 divided by 440 అంత 19.9. Sorry, this wrong. This is uh, this current is above 19.9 amperes. So IA is equal to how much? 19.9 minus 2.2, 17.7 amperes, right? So then it is not 217, 17.7. So then you will have armature back EMF is how much? 17.7 into 0.8. So minus 440. This will be 425. 425.84 volt back EMF calculated. Is it clear? I hope it is clear. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Else we can end the session. So in this session we have discussed about the external OCC of self-excited generators, OCC of self-excited generators, and external characteristics. So this is OCC, and this is external characteristics, and then why the voltage, terminal voltage drops when the load increases for the generators. That is what I have explained. That is the drop in the terminal voltage is because of the drop in the armature resistance, voltage drop in the armature resistance and armature reaction. Both will bring the terminal voltage to a down when the load is increasing. So for the cumulative, the voltage will rise and come to flat, come to a normal value. For shunt, it will continuously decreases slightly from its no load value, and for differential compound generator, it will drastically decrease with the load. Right? Later we have seen the motor principle, right? DC motor. So for the conductor we supply electricity. The electricity is converted into mechanical energy in the presence of magnetic field, right? So as a result the conductor moves, and because the conductor is moving in the magnetic field, you will have induced EMF in the conductor. Okay, that is called back EMF, right? So shunt generator equivalent, this voltage equation and current equation we have obtained here, right? So for shunt generator, IL is equal to IA plus ISH, slightly different from a shunt generator, right? It is for shunt motor, right? So this is shunt motor. Okay, for it is V is equal to voltage equation is V is equal to EB plus IRA. Similarly for series motor I have derived. So current equation is this, same current, whether it is generator or motor, all are equal. Okay, all currents are equal for series machine. So voltage equation I have derived, right? And after that I have given an assignment. I will create a folder in the Moodle. You have to upload this assignment by writing on paper, right? So we have solved a problem, right? So this is what a DC motor. In the next class we will see the torque equation of a DC motor. So do you have any doubt? You ask.
No, sir.
Okay, then I will end the session, right? So I'm uploading the videos for you in